Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After podcast.
What up, guys? And yes, like we did last year, we did a 2022 themed Brantsteele. We are now going to be doing our 2023. I think
hmm
it's a fun little way for us to kind of celebrate the year. And, it's a great way to bring in some celebrities, some fictional characters. I know I went pretty heavy on the fictional characters, only like two real people from like two actual people. But yeah.
hmm
Um, no, I think this year was a lot of fun. There was definitely when I was watching some stuff, I'm like, ooh, I think this person would be fun to bring. I've been waiting, as you can see on my screen, I've been wanting to bring Ken for the longest time. And I'm like, no, he is coming for 2023.
Yeah,
He just has to.
yeah.
Um,
Also, I will show. There's definitely going to be some interesting relationships with Ken on my tribe as well. Yeah, there's a lot of great people I think we've selected here.
yeah. Even the people you did, there was like obviously like Jag was someone I was definitely considering. And we'll get to why in a bit. And also Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has been our channel way back in the beginning,
Yep.
but like she never left that much of an impact. And we'll get to Taylor Swift at the very end, but like this year warrants her to come back,
She's
even if
had
she was,
she's had
yeah,
probably the biggest year Taylor Swift has ever had, and who would have thought? Like, I already thought she was a huge megastar, and now she like somehow went to the next stratosphere.
yeah.
So,
Um, it's insane, but we got a lot of people to introduce. I'm excited. This is our first brand steal in a while. Last one we did was All Stars 19. That was
mhm.
a couple months ago, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a while, so we got to shake off some of the Brant Steel rust and get right back into it. We got a jam packed season here to cover.
Oh, yeah. And I'm excited to introduce some of these people and also just talk about things that I enjoyed about this year. Because this is another way for me like to look back as well.
hmm
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's get into it. You take it off. You got the first tribe.
All right. So first person we see here is Ayo Itabiri, and some of you might be wondering who she is. Well, if you've seen The Bear, you know who she is. She is the female lead on The Bear, but this year specifically, I've been noticing her pop up in a lot more stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's
Now,
in a lot.
oh yeah, like she already replaced Jenny Slate for what was it? Big Mouth,
Yeah,
way
Missy.
for Missy back when they were like, okay, Jenny Slate didn't feel comfortable playing a colored character anymore, and so she took over. Which Big Mouth did end this year, which
Mhm.
is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
She was also in two of my two of 2 out of 5 of my top 5 movies, which was Theater Camp and Bottoms. She's a talented woman and she keeps doing stuff. And also, she played April O'Neil in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, which was honestly such a great, like, it was in the right hands. It's honestly the best Ninja Turtle movie ever, in my humble opinion. But yeah, so I
Nice.
brought her because I'm like, she just had an incredible year, and
Uh-huh.
I feel like, yeah, why not?
Definitely a breakout year, I think, for her. She had been like in a couple things, like she had done Big Mouth like the year prior and like some other like small things, but yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely had a much bigger impact, and it felt like yeah, she was in a lot more things that were popping up in my feed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that just goes because she's a talented woman, and I feel like The Bear really put a lot more attention on her.
hmm
Because obviously The Bear is one of the highest rated shows right now
Yeah,
on
yeah,
television.
very critically acclaimed.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll see how she does. Next up, we have Coriolanus Snow from the Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Now, this may be a hot take for some people, but I feel like The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the best Hunger Games movie. It is
Interesting.
a it is a hot take, but here's why. I feel, and it's mostly because of the lead. I feel Coriolanus he is such an interesting character to like look, like he's such an interesting protagonist. One, because of the anti-hero thing. Two, it's like you see, in this movie, you basically see like, oh, he's a poor man in a rich world and he has to keep up this status and whatnot. And then he's constantly having to find ways to like, maintain all this stuff and also, try and climb up this ladder, using a lot of basically using streets, thinking outside the box in a way to give himself an edge, or whoever, he needs, like Lucy Gray, who was also someone I was considering, but it's like, nah, Coriolanus out of the two.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Well,
I think Coriolanus, this backstory and stuff, you just kind of like see, how he ended up how he was. And it's something where I'm like, the casting for it was so phenomenal. And I feel like he is a more compelling person to follow than Katniss. Hot take.
yeah. I don't know if I ever said this, but I've never seen any of the Hunger Games movies.
You know, you may have mentioned it way
Yeah.
back when we did our Hunger Games Survivor,
Yeah.
but
I
I
like know
feel,
the idea. I know even some plot points because like people just talked about it. But
yeah,
yeah, I've never actually sat down and watched like any of it. So and then we have a Christmas tradition. We just wrapped up Christmas here. And normally we go to like the movies and Hunger Games, I guess, in our movie theater ended the day before Christmas. So we were actually thinking about watching this movie on Christmas in the theaters, came just a little bit short,
dang.
which was really unfortunate because we already saw Wonka, so we didn't have anything else to really watch. So we watched Top Gun Maverick instead.
That
Yeah.
was back in theaters?
No, no, we had to watch it streaming. There's nothing good
Oh,
in
gotcha.
theaters. Yeah.
Well, there was Wonka. I wouldn't have seen Color Purple was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how keen your family is on musicals.
Well, we watched Wonka, but I think they like the whimsical nature of that one, where Color Purple isn't it? It's a little more,
Oh yeah, it's a bit darker.
yeah,
Also, Color Purple, some people went into it not realizing it was a musical, which I'm like, it is clearly there.
yeah. It's
Whereas Wonka, I went into it not knowing it was a musical. I was like, oh
yeah.
shit.
I thought Wonka would have maybe a couple songs because I knew I saw the Oompa Loompa like in the trailer, and he was
Yeah,
like leading into a song. So I was like, okay, there'll probably be an Oompa Loompa song. Maybe Timothy Chalamet will have like another Pure Imagination kind of
yeah.
song, and then that will be it. No, they really did go full musical.
And it had some fun ones.
Yeah,
The one with the villains, and they're just like trying to bribe Keegan Michael Key. That one was fun.
yeah,
Scrub, just catchy. But yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, Wonka wasn't on this list.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Not good enough for the 2023 list
no.
here.
But Hunger Games was one of my, like it was definitely, I was in high school around the time it came out, like the movies did, and I was very much on the hype train. And so like when this came out, I was like hyped for it, and then it did not disappoint. And yeah, part of that was because of Coriolanus. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of shenanigans or and what devious plans he has going into this.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, I'm always excited to see a villain. I want to see what he gets up to.
I brought quite a few villains, to be honest.
That's
There's
good. That's
only
good.
like one, two, three, uh, four-ish non-villain play people. Yeah, and I'm using one of them as kind of like you can see what they did and was like, probably a villain. Not, I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
classify this person as a hero by
Uh-huh.
any means, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to them when we get to them. Next up, we have Emma Meyer from The Boys Presents Gen V. Now, I love The Boys. And so when Gen V came out, I was like, all right, this will be cool. And it's basically like a rated R Sky High. And Emma Meyer, aka Little Cricket, you know, her superpower is that she can shrink or she can grow. And it's dependent on how much food she has in her stomach. So in order to shrink, which is the power she usually uses, she has to vomit. basically have to purge her body in order to shrink down.
Uh,
Which is like this whole like thing, and it was like really well done. And like she's funny, she's quirky, but she has like a lot of darkness in her too. It's just more so like her backside because she is a very depressed person. She feels like alone, but like she's fun to be around. She's very caring. There's this like one storyline with someone where she's like, "No, I get you. I'm not gonna leave you. I get you." Um, and honestly, like the actress that plays her did a phenomenal job. And yeah, so yeah, I wanted to bring someone from Gen V, and I'm like, Little Cricket, Emma Meyer should. Yeah.
nice. Yeah, The Boys is another show I've just never gotten into. I just haven't gotten to watching it. But everyone always says it's great.
Oh yeah. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's gonna be in the next season.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently, one of my friends was up for the role of the main guy, and he was like one of the final three people to potentially get that part.
To
Um,
play wait, for Gen V or to play
to the boys.
to play Huey, fuck.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. He was very close.
Was this someone I know too or someone
I
different?
think you know him.
Can we
I mean, I guess I could. Yeah. I don't know if I have any rights to that, so maybe I shouldn't.
we'll talk about that later because I am
Yeah,
curious.
yeah,
Um all
definitely.
right, but yeah. No. Emma Meyer, great character. And I hope she does well.
Mhm.
Just
Nice,
because.
nice, nice.
All
We'll
right.
see if she has to vomit to get small in some
Oh
challenges.
no. The unfortunate thing is because she won't really have any calories in her,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to be tiny pretty much the entire game.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully, she doesn't get voted off for challenge performance if she has to be small the whole time.
dang. Yeah, that was something I think I thought of when I chose her, but I just remembered right until now.
Okay, well, maybe she has a great underdog story if she has to play the game being tiny.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, I know this is something you've watched,
Yep.
and it's the new total drama that's been coming out in 2023 and is continuing into 2024 with this season two. And I was looking through the contestants, and I felt like Julia was probably the best pick. There are other contestants that I wanted to bring maybe later and stuff, but just based on the criteria and everything, I thought I would bring Julia. Now, Julia is an influencer and she goes in there. I originally thought she was going to be an early boot, but
Mhm.
then she turned out to be the new Heather, but
Yep.
like more in your face with the mean. And like once there's a plot point where, her true colors are revealed. And then she leans into it, is like, yeah, I'm going to be shitty. And just basically has to become a comp beast out of survival, where some people just didn't bother with Heather because she was just Heather. So yeah, Julia has been, I think, a great addition to the total drama repertoire of characters. And yeah, decided to bring her here.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought her. I sent you my list first, and I was thinking about putting a total drama person, but then I kind of am just like finding my list and sent it to you. Forgot to like do almost a double check. And then I was like, oh dang, I didn't bring one. And I was really happy to see then you had Julia. I was like, okay. At least someone is being represented from that. Because we just watched it recently
Yeah.
because we kind of had to get like leaked because it's not in the US yet. They are
The thing,
Max is
no,
not releasing it here for some reason.
it's on Amazon Prime, but when I
Yeah,
tried to look on it, it would not, it said video currently unavailable. And I'm like,
yeah,
how dare you tease me? You're a liar. Um, and for
yeah.
season two, I've just been watching it on YouTube because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's there. Might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like I gave Max like plenty of time. Like I knew some of this was out there for a while and I was like holding off because I was just like I'll wait till it comes out to streaming, it's gonna be great. And it just apparently I don't know. Are they just waiting till both seasons are done and then dumping both? Like what's their plan?
maybe.
Apparently even the creator doesn't know what's going on with the streaming in the US. Like Max is just like not talking to him.
I don't know. I feel it. Buyers, I don't know. Also, Warner Bros. They kind of, they're potentially going into a merger with Paramount, which is
Yeah,
interesting. So I mean, they have some stuff on their plate, and going into the new year, who knows? I
yeah,
feel like it would behoove them to put it on. Maybe at this point, yeah. There's only like 6 more episodes of season 2, so might as well, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Usually though, like when we have to wait, it's because they have to like do the dub. They have to like, or they have to do some kind of translation or something. Like there's some kind of like reason for it, and it's like, no, it's clearly there. That is exactly how they're going to be releasing it. It's
it is it
yeah,
released with it's a Canadian show.
yeah,
Why you would think, dubbing should be least of the worries. It's like,
yeah,
you know, we're right underneath Canada.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm not saying like, yeah, no, US should, but I mean like logistically, it shouldn't come short after.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
anyhow,
it's a whole thing, but I'm glad that Julia's here. She is a crazy good comp piece, as you had said. You know, probably the best challenge competitor in that in the reboot of Total Drama. And yeah, I think she is going to add a lot of great chaos villain energy to the season. You know, definitely going to be a schemer. Um,
oh yeah.
and yeah, I'm interested to see how she plays.
Oh no, I can definitely see her interacting with I'm interested to see her, Megan, and Ken possibly having an alliance. Like
Yeah.
that terrifies me in some
Yeah.
regards.
I think it would be hilarious if Megan can be her MK.
Well, who knows? I mean, like Megan can hack like, stuff in the cloud and stuff like that and
Mhm,
whatnot. So definitely possible, can pull off a lot of the stuff MK did.
mhm.
All right, but before we get to Megan, we have to go to the man, the person with the best villain song of 2023, one of the best songs of 2023, Ken from
Yep.
Barbie. You would be like Barbie, biggest movie to come out in 2023. Some people consider it the best movie. It's definitely in my top 10. But one of the best songs to come out is I'm Just Ken.
Yep.
And Ken didn't necessarily steal the show, but he was really trying to make it his movie. He was like, you know, they made him the villain of the movie, but like no one expected that going in. Ryan Gosling was hilarious. Ken, he he's an airhead, but he's also someone where like he had the insight, or he had the vision to pretty much take over Barbie world and make it Ken world. So he has, even though he's an idiot, he is able to get people to get behind his ideas.
Yeah.
Granted, all the Kens were kind of like, repressed and kind of like second class citizens without homes, but so it was kind of easy to do that, but like who knows? Who knows what Ken is going to do on this thing? And especially since as you guys saw earlier, Barbie is also here. He's going to try super hard in these challenges to impress Barbie, hoping
Yeah.
to win that love.
Yeah. I feel like he's gonna be trying to create this all guys alliance that we
Yeah.
almost saw with Roxroy, you know, trying to create in 42.
Mhm.
Banding all the guys together. Ken feels like he's gonna be like honestly, we might get an all guy alliance with Ken and an all female alliance with Barbie.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ken, I'm glad to have him here. Like as soon as like, I was thinking of like Brantsteeles and stuff. I'm like, it wasn't a question of like whether or not I should bring Ken. It was a matter of when, and I was saving him for this moment.
Mhm.
All
Okay.
right. Next up, we're going with someone who started off this year, but even in 2022, this woman was making was, an internet sensation, and then her movie finally came out. We're talking about Megan. Megan from Blumhouse. It was a horror movie that came out, and Megan was like a dark comedy. Megan, people were doing the Megan dances on TikTok. Um, it was a fun little like a high, doll horror movie. Um, Megan was funny. Megan was terrifying. Megan was awesome.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing was I saw a meme when she was coming out, which was Megan, and it was Jordan
Yeah.
Peele's Megan as and doing all the stuff through as Megan. That to me that's become what like when I first saw it, I immediately thought of the Jordan Peele thing instead of the actual movie.
For me, one of the things it's because when it came out, Megan was a big hit, and it was like Cameron wondering why Avatar: Way of Water's box numbers were dropping in the next weekend, and it was like Megan from Drake and Josh.
Megan.
Um, but Megan was fun. AI is also something that has been quite a big hot topic of
hmm
2023. So
Yep.
we have obviously a big fictional character, you know, out this year about AI. So I felt Megan was also a good representation of that as well.
hmm Okay, well, we'll see how she does. Another villain to add to your villainous list of players here.
Oh yeah. All right. Next up, we have May Whalen from Squid Game: The Challenge. Now, as you can see, she is player 287. And spoiler alert, she is the winner of the first ever real life Squid Game: The Challenge. Um, I loved watching that show. I was like on the edge of my seat. The only thing that pissed me off was the fact that they didn't say that it was split up into parts, and then it irritated me because I'm someone where like I stayed up, all night when the first batch of episodes were like, oh, I'm guessing it's only 5 episodes, and then I was like
Yeah.
annoyed because I'm like, now I have to wait a week. I don't mind waiting for episodes, just let me know prior so I can emotionally invest in the right way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they split up so weird. Five, 4, 1. Like, at
Yeah,
least have a consistency to it. Like don't have each week be a different number of episodes coming out. I
yeah.
I I liked it, but I definitely have issues with the formats of how they did a lot of things. I'm so against just like randomly having someone be able to choose someone to lose when it's a game show with a lot of money at stake. Like I think that just is not okay. I hated the um battleship one. Like I thought that was a
The
terrible
Battleship one was fucked.
that was a terrible game. Like so many people lost without doing anything. Like
It's a very it was no, get me don't get me wrong, but that's what I liked it in the sense of like it scared me. Because I was like, oh no, this is like, I was like, for me, it's like the emotional ride I go on when I watch it.
I was
But
just so upset that there was no emotions happening other than I was upset that they allowed this to happen.
I mean, I'm pretty sure with season two, they're gonna like iron out maybe some of the kinks or whatnot. I mean, this
Yeah,
was the very first season, and
yeah,
obviously, them choosing to eliminate someone was a substitute from because in the show, there would be times where they would kill each other outside of any of the games.
yeah.
So it was kind of like that. But
I
anyway,
mean, I will say Mr. Beast, I think he did Squid Games a little better. He would also substitute killing by having people be able to drop out for a cash prize right then. That was kind of his way of getting some
yeah,
people out in between games.
yeah.
Which would have been I would have been totally okay with that if it was like, hey, you can get 5K right now to leave, go for it.
I will say this is a production thing I didn't realize until someone brought it out at the Survivor 45 finale party. Uh, Basically, you were not striped. Like in other reality game shows, you would get money if even if you were
Yeah.
eliminated at a certain point. All Netflix paid for was their flight out to the UK
Yep.
and obviously room and board for when they were there, but that's it.
Yep. I heard of this. I also heard that she hasn't gotten paid yet.
Yeah, I think part of that was because, spoilers or whatnot. I haven't
Mhm.
really checked on it since then, but
Yeah, it was
anyway,
like I saw it like a week afterwards. She said that she's still waiting for the money.
Yeah.
So
Um, all right.
yeah.
But we are going to talk about the winner of the first Squid Game, the challenge, and we have May Whelan. She was a bit, I would say, you didn't really think that she was going to win because like they were focusing a lot of people earlier on in the show and whatnot, and then like obviously May was there, but like then it started to she became start as more people started to like dwindle and whatnot, she became more and more of a prominent person.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
And
like episode 8 or 9, I feel, was when she actually, like, got proper screen time. Um,
I think once the one person that everyone thought was going to win got eliminated, then it just narrative shifted right to them. Actually, a little bit before that.
yeah.
I'm not trying to go into spoilers, but basically, she's someone where she's not loyal to a fault, or like she's not someone. She is like the polar opposite. She's like, I am loyal to me, and I will be loyal to some people, but I will cut them when I
Yeah.
can. And like she was pretty ruthless, very calculating near the end. And then
Yeah.
obviously that ended up winning. Never she was able to get people to be on her side and convince them that she's on their side. But like she had one hell of a poker face. She obviously played a good enough game to make it to the very, very end, survive all the randomness.
Yep.
Um, and like me just watching that, like it's tough. And also when you're able to win a big game like that, where you have a 1 in 457 or 456 shot at winning, those are damn near impossible odds. But she was able to pull it off.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I liked it when they started focusing more on her. I do wish that there was at least like a little bit earlier on, like the
Yeah,
occasional confessional that she could have given, in like the episodes 1 through 7 or something like that.
that
um,
is fair.
yeah, but I guess they wanted to try to be more surprising. But sometimes I want to be able to see important people. It's like
Early on,
I want to see their game the whole way and not just the end
near
game.
the end.
Yeah, which
And I will say
yeah.
that is the downside of the show. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's also, I think we get spoiled by Survivor, which for the most part, compared to other reality shows, is edited way better than a lot of other reality shows. Like, I know a lot of reality shows that do like this, where it's like they just won't focus on the winner until near the end. Whereas anytime Survivor has done that, there has been such a huge backlash by the audience that they immediately
yeah,
go, okay, okay, fine, fine, we'll show the winner.
yeah. It doesn't mean you have to make it obvious, but at the
No.
same time, it's like,
We
you
If
know,
you give us, like, one confessional an episode, like, just give us, like, a little bit of taste of what she's thinking about or he's thinking about during certain moments.
yeah, yeah,
Because if someone's only getting, like, one confessional every now and then, you're not gonna think, "Oh, that's a winner." Like, you know?
exactly, exactly. All right, but I'm excited to say my play. Um, not mine, May. I'm just so used to the.
I thought it was my.
I thought it was May.
Yeah, I can't remember.
$287.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna call her 287 here.
All right. Okay, so next up we have from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Man. Oh, fuck. Across the Spider-Verse. We have one of the Spider-Men. Women want him, men want to be him. We have one of the edgiest like characters come out of this year, Miguel O'Hara. Basically, he is the leader of the whole Spider-Man, like, basically the multiverse, and he's the pretty much the organizer, the founder of it, and he's someone where he's so numb because he's seen so much stuff that he is cold, he's calculating. He is known as the one Spider-Man that does not joke around. He is part vampire. He has like this techno, like kind of like armor, whatnot. Yeah, and he's badass, voiced by Pedro Pascal, or not. Oh, I'm fucked up. Oh no, Oscar Isaac. I think because I was thinking like Joel as well as someone who doesn't joke. Anyway, voiced by Oscar Isaac. He is really, really cool. Like I said, I thought he was awesome. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, one being a multiverse movie, two being a comic book movie, and three just being one of the best like animated movies to come out this year. Straight up one of the best movies to come out this year. I feel like he's a great representation.
Nice. Haven't seen the movie yet, unfortunately.
It's
Um,
really good.
yeah, that's what everyone says. I saw the first Into the Spider Verse, but I have yet to see Across the Spider Verse yet. Yeah, another one that's on my list. I have a lot of things on my list that I feel like I'm never going to get to. Um,
Same.
it's unfortunate too because I have a lot of episodes of One Piece I need to catch up on, and I One Piece is a lot, so I've been like slowly trying to chunk away at it, and it's getting to a point where I just
Be
can't.
too much.
Yeah,
It's it,
I have like 100 more episodes to watch. It's crazy to catch up.
oh dang.
Yeah,
You just have to call in sick for the next for a week and then you'll be good.
even then, like the only reason I was able to watch so much and like catch up to that point was like, I was in high school and I was able to just like go home and watch anime. That's how I
Yeah.
like caught up for like and got to, like the first 600 episodes, and then I was like, okay, now it's just a weekly basis. Um but now stopping and then trying to get back into it, awful decision. But also I love it. So
Yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
welcome to
yeah,
welcome
yeah.
to adulthood.
Yeah, yeah. So I definitely wanna get watch it. I know one of my friends said that like all the kids love Spider-Man 2099 right now. Huge. They all got the Spider-Man lunch boxes. That's apparently a big thing right now in the school systems is Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. Because he's super cool.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Miguel O'Hara thought he was definitely one of them like, yeah, he has to come.
Uh-huh. Nice.
All right. Next up on this comic book movie train, we have one of the best MCU villains ever, played
Oh,
by Jakuji Iwuji. We have the High Evolutionary, and this dude is a mad scientist who loves to play God, will create worlds, entire like we're talking worlds, species and whatnot as experiments just to be like, oh, I wonder what this will do. And then we'll discard them as soon as, he sees fit. Like, as soon as it's like, I don't really see the benefit of keeping them around. It's a failed test subject. Boom, destroys a planet. Boom, does this.
mhm.
He is crazy. He will experiment on anyone and anything just because he wants to play God, and he's unhinged and honestly one of the best villains to come out of this year.
Well, interesting. I mean, I liked him. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't necessarily say best villains in MCU. I think he was like a high B tier in terms of villains, which by the way is pretty good. Like I think that is definitely in the realm of like good job.
Like he's not above Thanos in my book, but
Yeah.
he's like I'd say he's in the top five.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited to see how he's going to interact honestly with the next person too, because I just feel like he's gonna be trying
Get
to.
along.
I think he's going to try to create some experiments with someone.
Who
uh,
knows? Maybe that's the origin of Winnie the Pooh and all the creatures from the Hundred Acre
yeah, yeah.
Wood.
Maybe he comes out here day one as the Winnie the Pooh we know, and then by day two he's turned into this.
Yeah. All right, we got to talk about this. Winnie the Pooh from Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Some people regard this as the worst movie to come out in 2023. I love this movie, and it's
Yeah.
like not because I think it's great or anything. I'm just like I think it's a fun slasher. It has some funny kills. It's unintentionally funny sometimes, but I love it for it. And there are some things that are a little like disturbing.
Yeah.
But one of the things I love about this movie is that Winnie the Pooh fell into the public domain and they were like, hey, we're going to make a horror movie out of it now. And they did. And even if it wasn't the greatest movie of all time, it really stuck it to the big companies, the big production things. And I think it's just funny because it's like, hey, Disney, what have you done with Winnie the Pooh in the past up teen years? Nothing. All right, we're gonna make a horror movie of it. And Winnie the Pooh. So basically, how the story goes is when Christopher Robin went off to college, basically Winnie the Pooh and all his friends started to starve. And we're talking starve, starve. So much so that they kill and eat Eeyore. And then they became bloodthirsty and ruthless. And so, yeah, Winnie the Pooh, being the pack leader of it all, has turned evil. And
Yeah.
here he is.
I wish we saw more, honestly, of all the other ones as well, because like I would have loved to see Tigger as
Tigger is going to be in the sequel. Oh, yeah, this movie's getting a sequel, by the way.
oh my gosh.
Tigger's going to be in it. Owl's going to be in it.
Well, and the rabbits, I forgot what the rabbit's name is.
Rabbit.
Yeah, it's just rabbit. Okay.
I think it's just Rabbit. I don't know. It's been a while. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come out next year. And
Yeah.
I'm ready for all the B movie fun of it.
Yeah, I watched this. I did not like the ending. I felt like I got
I
chipped by that ending.
I loved it. He just says, "You love," and I was just like, brilliant.
Okay, well, this is a bit of the villain's try with a few exceptions here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go on now to my tribe where we're starting off with someone we talked about already a little bit, but we got Barbie from the movie Barbie. Um, and she's a fun character played by Margot Robbie. She's supposed to be, your typical kind of like feminine, kind of like, I'm just gonna go through life, I'm gonna shop, I'm gonna go to the beach, like I'm just gonna have fun, do all these girl things. But eventually she starts having like thoughts of death and like totally things that is not supposed to be uh perceived by the typical feminine kind of character that we like to kind of put onto society in that way, especially how Barbie kind of interacts. Um, and so she ends up going into the human world with Ken. She does not bring Ken purposely. He just kind of tags along and joins the whole thing. But she ends up going on this whole journey about self-discovery. And it's definitely a really fun movie. One of the just like I feel like I shouldn't like the movie Barbie, like just if you know nothing else about it, if you don't know who's in it, if you just hear they're making a Barbie movie, I'm probably not going to want to go watch it. But I ended up actually enjoying it, which to me, is like speaks a lot for what they were able to do with this property.
Oh yeah, it was a movie where, like because for the longest time, like obviously big comic book movies would make a bunch of money and whatnot. And while, anyone from no matter what like pronouns you use, how you identify, could go and watch it and enjoy it and have a good time. There has been a stigma about things that are more, like with comic books, it is more associated with a male demographic.
Hmm.
And there was always this like thing about, female properties not reaching that same level. And Barbie was like, no, we can do it. It can be something quote unquote girly and people can come enjoy it. I think the strategy of Barbenheimer played a helped it out a bit. I don't
Yeah,
think like clearly Barbie did better, being Warner Brothers' highest grossing movie of all time. And, obviously this movie was very impactful. And I think it's something where in the years to come have sparked things of like, oh, a lot more like big budget, female-led, female like created content that can be enjoyed from any kind of gender.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it really did help the fact that both those movies were so different, and I felt like
Mhm.
like people who probably were only going to see Oppenheimer end up seeing Barbie. People who might have only been seeing Barbie are going to see Oppenheimer. So you kind of got uh kind of an extra like little bump that both movies got from doing that. But yeah, no, it was a fun movie, you know. Michael Cera as Alan was also, you know, shout out to him. I was working a summer job and everyone started calling me Alan. Everyone thought I was an Alan.
That's a compliment, though.
Yeah, yeah, I'll take it. You know, I didn't know what it meant at the time because I didn't watch. I hadn't watched it when they started calling me that, and it was like after I was done with the job, I ended up watching it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take that.
We should all strive to be Alan.
Yeah. So yeah, I felt like Barbie was just one of those people who just kind of instantly had to make the cut for this because of how impactful it was.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, moving on next to the survivor contestants of this Brantsteele. We got Emily Flippin, who I don't think I would have expected her to be my favorite player from Survivor 45, let alone be my favorite player enough to make this list. Um, but like preseason, and then the season happened and it was awesome. She was you know, probably the best entertainment value. Also, you know, she had seen our channel, which you know, we explained that, we talked about that a little bit in the finale of 45, but you know, definitely helps her case for getting put onto this list as well.
Oh, yeah.
So but yeah, no, she was great. I really want to see her play again. I heard that she doesn't want to. um but I do think most people who leave the island within the first year or two don't want to play like most people,
Yeah.
and then eventually they'll get their itch. So
She may.
I'm hoping that by like season 50 she's like thinking about doing it again.
Why not? Yeah. I don't know. Survivor is hard and it's a stressful thing. But maybe because she didn't end up winning or going home first. But no, I love Emily. Like I said, I was someone that was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna total be eliminated. I'm not gonna care. But then, in the first episode, she would constantly, he was like, oh no, like she's gonna be unlikable. And then immediately, second episode, flips the switch, becomes one of the most likable thing.
Yeah.
And when she told me, it was like, wait, I know you. And then she was like, oh no, your Survivor podcast. And I was like, what? That like blew my mind. Because for those of you who don't watch our reviews, I kind of mentioned it there. I went to the Bryson Wen Presents for the Survivor finale party for 45. And so CBS, they had their own like screening of it and they invited obviously all the cast and some other people. Zach Wardenbergen was also in at that screening, and then afterwards they all came to the Bryson Wen, and so I was taking pictures of one of the friends I met there, and then or made there, I should say, and then of Emily, and then she looked at me and said, "Oh yeah, I know you," and then that blew my mind, and then there was getting to know her a little bit, and then there was a moment later on the night where I'm like, you are a cool person.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, I she was like just now in my top five forever,
Yeah.
just because of that night,
Yeah,
hands down.
she definitely made my top 10 by a lot of factors. Like she's definitely someone who I just absolutely adored. So so yeah, definitely felt like Emily was just the survivor player I had to bring here.
I agree. Excellent choice.
Mhm. Okay, moving on next to a pro League of Legends player. His name is Faker, the Michael Jordan of League of Legends, four-time world champion. And he has been playing for over 10 years now. It feels like he makes almost finals every year. uh, from South Korea. He's on the team SKT, or now it's known as T1, and is so well known in the gaming sphere that he has a place called Faker Tower in Korea, which is a giant building that he owns, basically as big as like Trump Tower. Like imagine how big that building is, and this pro player owns it because he's literally like he's just set for life. He basically owns the team at this point too. Like he is as I said, Michael Jordan of League of Legends. He is the person. He's also very much like the team leader. He just won this last world championship, actually. Even after playing for over 10 years, still going out there and winning championships. And yeah, he's just overall, you know, the GOAT. He's so good that when people play against him, everyone on the opposing team just targets him. It becomes everyone against Faker, and somehow Faker still wins. And then the other teammates get to basically do whatever they want, and he's just 1v5ing the other people.
Man, that's cool. Obviously, League of Legends is one of your favorite games, and like with Double Lift, it is definitely something where it is a like it's something where League has been a big part of this channel. We've done Pokemon versus League. We've had
Mhm.
League characters be a part of it. So yeah. So what makes him a candidate for 2023? Like, was
Uh,
it
it's yeah,
did he?
it's winning the world championship, getting his fourth world championship this year. Um, and he did it with a team basically of rookies. Like they were a bunch of people who had only played 1 or 2 years professionally. And he still managed, and because of that, he basically got to be like the pure leader who just got to tell people where to go.
Dang,
And yeah, his shot calling is like incredible. Like he can literally control the entire map of his teammates in comms, which is really difficult to communicate with like one other person, like how to properly set up, but he's doing it by himself with four other people. Um so yeah, definitely, you know, top tier player. And this year everyone thought he was like he should have retired, like he shouldn't be playing anymore. He should just call it quits. And then he comes out with a year where he's just the best in the world again. And it's like, okay, well.
no. No, I love hearing it. I love the flex. I love that gaming can make someone purchase an entire effing building and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like some anime stuff. I
Yeah,
dig it.
it really does. It feels like Kaiba Corp, you know, it's
Oh yeah.
it's hilarious. But I'm so for it, you know. Like when I was first getting into League, like everyone would like send clips of this guy. He has this very famous like clip of him playing this character called Zed. And he has like I don't know, this much HP, like maybe like 80, 100 HP, and he kills another Zed who has like over 1,000 HP. And so it's like a mirror match, which you know, usually mirror matches it's pretty hard to get an advantage. And yet
Hmm.
he still beats the mirror match while having way less HP. Like he should get killed by one hit, and he avoids every hit the other person does and manages to get the insta kill.
Damn. Impressive. We'll see
Yeah.
how we'll see. Let's see how that translates into Survivor. Will he be double lift 2.0?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You know, double lift, it took a lot of attempts for him to get like real success. You know, he didn't win until near the end. He had a lot of good challenge wins, some idle plays. So we'll have to see how Figure does. I feel like double lift was a little more bulkier. You know, he had a little more muscles. Korean culture for gaming is very different. This is the first like Korean league player that I'm bringing in here. Because with Korea, it's like they game 18 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like American, it's more like 12 hours a day. add some time for eating and go into the gym. Like they try to build that into like our work ethic. That's not in League of Legends in Korea. They don't care about gym. They don't care about eating. They like they'll eat in while the next game is loading. Like that's what they do.
Man, that's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, obviously it pays off, but damn.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see how he does in that aspect. Also doesn't have great English, so that's also going to be a factor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we got Izana Kurokawa from Tokyo Revengers, which is the newest season that is coming out. And he is the leader of the Tenjiku gang. And basically, he's kind of related to Mikey. He's technically like the half brother, but he was basically like abandoned by the family because he's half Filipino. Like it was basically like the dad had sex with a Filipino woman, gave birth to him, and basically wanted nothing to do with him. And so basically
Damn.
abandoned him, left him out to dry as his mom ends up dying. Um, and so he's also related to Mikey's sister Emma, and he ends up getting so corrupted and becomes basically evil Mikey in a lot of aspects that and he ends up being really upset that Mikey basically got to spend time with his brother, got to have a family, gets to even be around Emma, that he ends up killing his own sister Emma to make Mikey feel like to basically ruin Mikey's like mental sanity.
Fuck.
It's yeah, killing his own sister to make Mikey feel bad, basically, which is just absolutely awful. And but the thing is, he ends up having a really great moment later on near the end of the arc, actually, where he has like this other guy who's basically like his servant, and he basically treats him like trash the entire time. And for some reason, the guy always takes it. Well, the guy's about to get shot by another big bad, and this Azana actually blocks the bullet for him, like jumps right in the way, taken one, even though everyone expects him to like not really like the guy. Like he just
Mhm.
treats him as trash, but he actually ends up blocking him and has like probably one of the more emotional moments of the show is basically the two of them bleeding out together and having a really good moment. But yeah, he's definitely gets very twisted by how his biological dad treated him.
Understandably so. I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of heft to his story. But yeah, he is also crazy strong. Like if you know Mikey, he's basically as strong as Mikey, maybe even stronger because he's a little older. He went to juvie and was so strong in juvie that he beat up all the guards and basically broke out of juvie with a bunch of the other people and created like this like generation of misfits basically.
Hmm. I
um
don't know.
so yeah, he definitely gonna be looking probably for some gang leader. Is This is what I'm guessing that we're gonna be seeing from Azana.
See that he is on a tribe. I would say like he needs to get on tribe with people from my side.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like he's gonna do super well there. I don't feel like I don't know some of the people on your side, but the ones that I do know, I'm like, I don't think they're really gonna put up or fall or want to join this dude.
Yeah, yeah. I only have really like a couple villains,
Yeah,
so you're definitely you got a lot more people who would be down for that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Uh, okay, moving on next to the winner of Big Brother 25. We got Jag Baines, who, by the way, was my winner pick pre-season. So I thought I felt like I had to bring him. This is actually my second time in a row of predicting the winner preseason, which I think is hilarious. Like I predicted Taylor Hale, and then I think like 2 or 3 weeks I was like, oh no, it's Taylor can't win. Like she had like such a terrible start. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe Nicole has a better chance, and then she ends up getting taken out very quickly. But yeah, if you're looking purely by just preseason without watching anything, yeah, I thought Jag Baines and Taylor Hill were going to be great. And yeah, Jag also, just like Taylor, kind of has a rocky start in the early game of Big Brother. Comes out pretty good for the first couple weeks and then ends up getting taken out. And it feels like, okay, that's the end of his game. But because someone had, Matt had basically an advantage that allowed him to get back into the game and like negates basically that vote. Um, it allowed him to get a second chance, and he definitely, made the best of it.
Oh yeah.
First time a Big Brother player has been evicted and then still won the game.
Oh yeah. Jag was super cool too. Also being the first Sheik winner
Mhm,
on Big Brother. Like like doing that, and also Jag also won most vetoes within a single season of Big Brother as well, which is at 7. Granted, near the end, it was really just him and Matt kind of like running the competitions, and like
mhm,
every now and then another contestant might get a win here or there. But like Jag and like Matt were able to just like dominate everyone in the challenges. So he does, regardless, still hold that record. Great, or like he still got that record because
mhm.
he was the one that won those. There's that pretty chill dude. I got to meet him at the Bryson One present. He came in, very nice
Nice.
guy. Yeah, so I think Jag was someone I was considering bringing because we never had like a contestant like him before, and he got evicted, but then he came back and conquered.
Yep.
And he had one of the biggest, and the thing is, it's like with Matt as well, he was like, no, he could have taken Matt out at, final 3 and then gotten his, an easier win. But he was like, no, out of principle, I'm going to bring Matt.
Mhm,
I think in that position, Jag was going to win either way, but I feel like you get some brownie points for, sticking with your number 2 in a game where sometimes you do have to blindside who you think is a better, threat and whatnot. At
mhm.
that pivotal moment, he chose to, stick by his guns,
Yeah.
repaying the life debt because, like, he wouldn't have been there without Matt, and so he honored that friendship,
Mhm,
and still ended up winning. Because you've seen a lot of people at 3 make that horrible decision, not only there but in Survivor. They bring the wrong person because of like some morals, and then they end up losing. But Jag did not.
mhm. Yeah, you can always end up like the Woo, of whenever you bring someone who's the better or like the better player to the ends. But Jag's game was at least able to stand up on its own. Very strong challenge player. And everyone liked him. That was also a very strong part of his game as well, is that he was able to get to the right relationships at the right time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Moving on next to The Last of Us with Joel, played by Pedro Pascal. And I feel like this was one of the first video game adaptations to be taken to TV that was actually good. You know,
Oh yeah,
I mo- it's they have a terrible track record of bringing video games to the screen. And I felt like this year people are that like studios are getting it a little bit better. They're getting video games, they're getting anime. We'll get to another person a little bit later here, but they're finally like I think now a lot of the people who grew up with this stuff are now in the positions to be able to make this stuff, which is
yeah,
allowing them to actually make it good instead of just being like, "Oh, I heard this is a cool thing that the kids like. Let's do it." Now it's being a lot more faithful to the source material. There's actually care. There's proper
Hmm.
budgets to it. And yeah, Joel is a great character. He is an older guy who basically takes care of a girl called Ellie and has to get her through this like apocalyptic wasteland, basically, where a bunch of like fungus zombies, I guess is like the best way to call it. I forgot like what that proper term.
Clickers.
The what?
Well, there's a few.
Yeah,
There's clickers, there's bloaters, there's runners.
yeah,
Basically, like in a video game, they have like different little names to them
yeah,
depending
yeah.
on what they do.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was like just an overarch for everything.
The
But
infected,
yeah,
I
the
think.
infected. Yeah. But yeah, they're basically like fungus zombies is probably the best way, honestly, for anyone who hasn't seen
Yeah,
The Last of Us. And yeah, it's a great show. It's definitely something that you should definitely watch. Came out earlier in the year. I think it was like
yeah.
February. So yeah, it's definitely a great watch.
It was something where a friend of mine would do like watch parties up for it. And we're talking big turnouts to these watch parties. It's like it's one of those things where it was one of this day and age, and there was even a Matt Pad video about it. There are very few things that like we people watch together anymore
Mhm.
because everyone's content is tailor fitted to them. And so like in the day and age of streaming, you can watch it whenever. And also, sometimes life comes up. We can't, just do this. But like this was one of those shows where people would have watch parties. People were always talking about it and something. And when a show can do that in this day and age, you know that it's doing something right. And this show was fantastic, start to finish.
Yep.
Great storytelling, greatly told. Joel being a very, we've seen the archetype before, but Pedro Pascal, how he delivered it, and then we saw that vulnerability he would have. That, you know, also, the audacity. I don't think audacity is the right term, but like when it came to like a certain decision in the show, he was like, "No, I'm doing like he was like, I don't care. I'm gonna
Mhm.
do what I'm gonna do. I don't give a shit about A, B, and C. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I am. It's
Yep.
like to see a protagonist make that kind of decision, it's like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm excited because I definitely know that they're making more, but I have heard that the next two seasons are going to be completely not based off the video games. They're going to be original stories for the next two seasons because Last of Us 2 is 40 years after the events of the first one. So they need to basically let Ellie get older.
yeah. And also it's like you don't want to wait for that. And also Bella Ramsey, they did such a great job with Ellie that it's like it would be a disservice not to utilize that, especially with how
Mhm.
big the show was. It's like, why not create more stories and whatnot and explore more of this world, especially
Uh-huh.
if it is something that is fan driven?
Uh-huh.
People, even though like there was some, I think also like trauma from the past with video game attempts, not just in like TV, but in film in general, even though it has, yeah, definitely gotten better. Everyone was like, will they be right though? Are they just choosing Pedro because he's popular? But no, Pedro delivered and really brought Joel to life. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm glad you brought Joel.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, next comes my honorary WWE representative in Rhea Ripley, who is currently the women's WWE champion, has been champion pretty much the entire year. She has held the championship now for 270 days straight. Um, and she's such a huge star that there's like no one in the women's division who is even close, I feel, to like deserving to take it over her. Um, she's in an interesting situation because if you ever watch wrestling, they have factions like the like groups of people who work together, and usually it's like a lot of the guys, and then there'll be like the one woman who's in the faction, and she's just kind of like there to be a side person who doesn't do much. Well, they totally flipped on the head with this group called the Judgment Day, where it almost started out like that, and then she basically ousted the leader, and became the de facto leader of the Judgment Day, and is had literally the other group, everyone in it, they all call her mommy. Like she is their mommy. She is the one who is in charge of the entire group. She runs the whole thing. She is by far, the like, if anyone like tries to defy her, they get kicked out of the group. Like they are in jeopardy if they even try to defy her. It's like she rolls with an iron fist.
It
Um
sounds like it.
yeah, and she is just so good in the ring. She is by far one of the best workers. She has segment with like the male wrestlers where she'll like fight them. Like she's on like that level of just being so dominant that it feels like no women can actually like deal with her. She has to now start fighting the guys.
Man, yeah, that's you bring a lot of wrestlers into this naturally. It's something you enjoy, but no, like I feel like just based on what you've told me, she definitely stands out here. We might have someone. Yeah, I might be calling early. We could have someone where they become a mainstay on our channel. Just that alone, if she's anything or her performance is
Yeah.
anywhere close to what we did, or anywhere close to how you describe it, she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I love it. Like she's gonna but the problem is honestly is like if she is in charge of a big alliance, like, in Survivor, you don't want to be the one in charge of the alliance. You want to be like second or third on the rung. So
Yeah.
it really depends on, if I think, if she can make an alliance that wins early in the merge, because she definitely has that potential of being the person taken out in the first three boots of the merge if it doesn't work out well for her.
Hmm.
But I do love Rhea Ripley. She's been great. Pretty much anytime she has a segment, it's amazing.
All right. All right.
Okay. Next up, we got Sanji Vinsmoke from the One Piece live action, which I thought it was going to not be good going into it, and I'm glad to say I was wrong. It was pretty dang good. I've definitely thought about it a lot since I watched it for the first time. And Sanji is someone who doesn't come in until episode 5, but I actually think his character in the One Piece live action for this like section is better than they actually did in the manga and the anime. Um,
Interesting.
if you've ever watched early One Piece, uh Sanji is just a perv. Like that's his whole character, is he just has nosebleed every time he sees Nami. His hearts are going ooh ooh ooh, like he does that's his entire character over and over and over and over and over again. So I really appreciated that, at least with this one, there was a little more like smoothness to it. It wasn't overt. It was just enough to have it be part of his character without it being creepy, which is
Yeah.
so hard. Also, the actor, he actually trained to be a chef. He's like he knows how to cook like professionally now, because he wanted to be able to actually cook for the show. Um, and he was the one who was cooking the meals for lunch, basically. Like he was the one doing that because he wanted to be a part of his character. He
Man,
knew how to actually be in the kitchen. um
that's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, he does all of his own stunts, which his stunts, by the way, way harder than anyone else's. Like he actually, because his character only kicks. He doesn't do anything with his hands, so he has to be jumping around using his feet and actually having like, he basically went to like Brazilian jiu-jitsu training as well to get ready for this character. Um, yeah, so I heavily appreciate what came into this role and how it actually honestly was maybe the one thing that was like better than what we actually got in the anime.
Nice. I always love hearing that. And I feel like, because like I still haven't watched it. It's one of the things on my list where I'm like, I know I need to watch the live action coming into this year. It could definitely be something that will be early on my list to check out, probably after I watch Bear season two. But yeah, no, One Piece obviously being one of the biggest animes. And when I'm talking about one of those shows that, a lot of people were talking about, like even if you didn't watch it, you knew about it.
Yeah.
One Piece was one of those shows that you couldn't escape it. Everyone had something to say about One Piece, basically. It was like that show of the year where it was like with Netflix, like if we're talking like a first season of something, last year it was Wednesday. This year it was totally One Piece.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like as I was saying with the video game adaptation, this is like the first time a live action anime like felt like it got like what was needed to make it enjoyable and watchable. You know, I don't know if you ever watched like the Death Note Netflix or Cowboy
I went
Bebop.
up in arms when I watched that one.
Yeah,
I could not even.
it was
Now
a good hate watch.
the Japanese Death Notes were actually good.
Mhm.
But like the Americanized one by Netflix, I just hated it so much. The
Yeah,
only good thing about it was Defoe as Ryuk,
yeah.
but still, there's only
Yeah,
so much you can do with that.
yeah, I also feel like they totally didn't utilize Ryuk as well as they could have.
Exactly.
So yeah, but yeah, this was actually one of the first live action animes that felt like it was good. It had a lot of great character building, like and set design. It felt like they and also Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, was there working on it too. Which I am a little concerned though, because apparently he's now going to be working on season two with them, like even more. And apparently the manga is going to maybe suffer from weekly uploads or like weekly um releases. So that's definitely going to be a little unfortunate that he's having to take some time to go do that instead of working and finishing the story that he still needs to finish. I swear to God, if Eiichiro Oda passes away before One Piece
Why are
ends,
you bringing that in?
I'm
Why
I'm
you bring
just
it
saying
in?
I'm just saying he needs to finish it. like he still has like 5 or 6 years of at his current pace. If you add like we're looking at like 10 more years of One Piece, and that's just like don't do that. Don't do that. Ugh.
Don't you worry.
I'm gonna worry until it comes out. But yeah, Sanji's great. He's gonna be a good physical asset to the tribe. He's their cook, so he's gonna be making a lot of food. We've seen people like Soma Yukihira in our channel before
Yeah.
utilize it, being able to get pretty far. No one wants to vote out the cook right away, so
No.
could be beneficial.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, moving on next to my video game representation here from the game Baldur's Gate 3, we got Shadow Hearts. Now, I will say, have not played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, but what I have played has been amazing and spectacular. Um, and Shadowheart is one of the characters in it. And she's an interesting one because in the game, there's a bunch of companions that you can have in the game.
Yeah.
Uh, and they all have very specific like things that they agree with and things they disagree with. Like some characters, if you murder someone, they'll be like, "Heck yeah, that's awesome, good for you." And other people will say, "Screw you, I'm now going to kill you." And and suddenly you'll lose your companion for doing that. And but Shadowheart is one of the few characters that doesn't do that because your moral choices determine her moral like alignments.
Okay.
So however, so she has like a lot of very philosophical views on like how you got to do it. Like if she sees you being a good person, then yeah, she's gonna her storyline is going to have her wanting to do a lot more of the good decisions. But if you're decisions are more evil, she's going to want to corrupt the world, basically.
Okay.
um, so I thought that was always I think that's a very interesting kind of route. I feel like I don't see that too much with a lot of these RPGs. Like it's usually just like your companions will be like maybe they'll have like a saying like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't do that," and then you just move on with your day. But I really like that Baldur's Gate 3 has very different choices. Like it's like these people are set and this is how they feel, and this person is the one person that is okay with things, but not necessarily okay with things because however your early impacts go could totally change how she's going to view what you do later on in the game.
Yeah. I only played like a little bit of Baldur's Gate, mostly because I mostly play Pokemon, but I was over at a friend's place and they were like, "Oh, you have to try this." It's a crazy game. I think it's a fun game, and it's also like it did so much for what the genre could be
Mhm.
that even if you're, as long as you know what like an RPG like that is, you pretty much know the reputation of basically what it's accomplished.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I haven't played it. I kind of played a little bit of the beginning, and then my friend had an Xbox controller. Fun fact. So I'm used to playing on a Switch.
Uh,
Uh, the XY button and the AB button are flipped on the Xbox controller. So I kept messing up because I kept pressing the wrong button, believing that I was pressing the right button because of muscle memory. Uh,
Damn. Yeah, that's I think I'm probably the opposite. Like I definitely play more with the Xbox than I do the Switch. So I think I'm trying to even think, would I be confused with the PlayStation controller too. Because yeah, I guess X sometimes on a PlayStation controller, I'll also do the left button, thinking that it's that. So yeah, I guess I'm more of an Xbox person, even though I think PlayStation is probably better. But uh, yeah, no, I mean I understand how you feel. It's
yeah,
definitely weird playing on a different controller.
especially when literally the buttons are reversed. Then it's
Yeah.
like my friend was
Why
like kind
why
of
can't we
busting
just
my.
agree? Why can't the companies just agree on a configuration?
It's like they need the USB-C of
Yeah.
controllers, where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
let's all just agree on one thing so it becomes more universal.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. I think they all just need to come together. They'll each draft button layouts. Like, PlayStation will get O for the right one. Uh uh Switch would get X is Switch X on the left or top?
Uh,
Top, yeah. X will be on the top. Uh, yeah. So that it's possible to do something like that. I don't know,
yeah.
but yeah, Shadow Hearts, definitely going to be interesting. Like I think however the game progresses, she's either going to be good or evil depending on who's in the game. I think.
Interesting. So, I mean, that means she's a big wild card coming into this.
Yep. Cool. And honestly, probably great survivor player if you look at it like that. It's like she's gonna adapt to whatever we're gonna be seeing.
Mhm. Very nice.
Okay. Now here we are with the last person and probably the biggest name of 2023. Definitely a breakout, crazy huge year of just being at
Uh,
the top almost the entire time. It felt like in the trending we got Taylor Swift, T Swift, um and boy, her relationship with Travis Kelsey, I don't think I've ever seen so many people care about a football season than this
no,
season.
no, yeah, no. The amount this woman literally, who better to have on her season than literally the person of the year? Um, no, like a lot of people caring about the Chiefs. Of course, it's the Chiefs of all people, of all teams. Has to be that one. Uh, But it's something where the Eras tour happened this year. I knew people that were going to it multiple times, in different like cities. It's something where it had such a, anytime there was an concert in town, that entire week in that whatever city it was in, it would just bring so much money into the economy in that certain thing. And then also this year, just Taylor personally, with that, also having like a theatrical release of the tour
Yeah,
where there was a moment
crazy.
where it filmed in Los Angeles. She was like, okay, I'm going to try something. She pointed to the audience, and then people started cheering wherever she pointed. And then she was like, oh, she's like, okay, I'm going to stop before that gets to my head. Um, Genius businesswoman. Um, she also did a thing this year where she started releasing more stuff where she was able to kind of like get her old songs back and have them in her collection.
Mhm.
Because like, she did face some like legal stuff with like some of her older songs where they weren't really her songs anymore. Then she was like, "Oh, Taylor version. Now it's mine again. Take that, studios." The woman is incredible, and like just like by what she's accomplished, she is not just one of the biggest, just like one of the biggest stars, period, because of the amount of influence she has had over pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, she dabbles in acting, but like just like there are very few movie stars, sports stars, or anyone that has had the amount of success Taylor has. Hell, even like business CEOs and whatnot are still like, she is just like up there, like
Uh-huh.
so much more, so much influence she has over so many people. You know, she is an incredible person.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how her influence does on the season. I wonder if there's any big Swifties on this tribe or your tribe. I'd love to see Winnie the Pooh being a big Swiftie. Imagine him going to a Taylor Swift concert.
Maybe, music does soothe the savage beast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do our top three for each tribe, and then we'll move on.
This is hard. I would say I want Little Cricket to do well. I want Snow to do well. And I do want Winnie the Pooh, but I have to give honorable mentions to like Ken, obviously, and the High Evolutionary.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm rooting on your tribe for Julia, Ken, and Winnie the Pooh.
I just hope Winnie the Pooh does well, and then it's like him and evil Easter Bunny, and then they have
That
this
would,
whole monsters like alliance.
yeah, that would be a good. Imagine them being the captains of a season.
You never know.
Yeah. Okay. And then my tribe, I'm gonna probably go with. Oh man, okay. Well, I'm like thinking of 6 or 7 people. So
Yeah,
this is tough because I'm like I want Emily Flippin to do good. I want Faker to do good. I want Izana to do good. I want Rhea Ripley, Sanji, Shadowheart, Joel, like all of them I want to see
yeah, I
do really
know.
well. Okay. Top three. I'm gonna go Emily Flippin, Izana, and Rhea Ripley.
All right, for me, I'm also gonna choose Emily Flippin. I'm gonna do Joel, Taylor Swift, but I have to give honorable mention to Jag.
Mhm. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's get into it now. Okay, it's start of the new season here. Spider-Man 2099 and AO compete for Ryan's tribe, and Jag and T Swift compete for Joe's tribe. And Joe's tribe wins reward. They win pre-cut lumber and additional supplies to help set up camp.
Good for them.
And Julia finds the hidden immunity idol right off the bat.
Very good.
Yeah, was it just like in camp. Like she just goes back to camp and is like, "What's that?" and picks it up.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh, no alliances.
no alliances.
Can we
Okay,
win immunity?
and Joe's
Of
tribe
course.
wins. They also win Flint.
I forget.
Okay.
After I haven't really been in a Brantsteele for a while, I forget the sting that it usually it's the masochism that here we go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah. Ken and Pooh find something in common. See, Ken is trying to
What
get in with
the
the
he was like, all right, I know what is a poo? What is a Winnie?
yeah. I got a
No.
poo inside me as well, and I gotta go take a dump.
Christopher Robin left you. Barbie left me. We should totally just like be an alliance.
Little Cricket and Julia have minor disagreements.
Uh-oh.
Mai and High Evo have find something in common,
That's unsettling.
and they create an alliance.
What the hell?
Wow. Okay, is this the power duo on your tribe? And Rhea finds the hidden immunity idol.
All right, starting off very strong on your
Okay.
tribe.
Yep. Emily and Faker bond slightly. Faker and Jag have a small fight. Jag arrests at camp restores energy. Okay. Um. So Mai and the High Evolutionary have an alliance. Ken and Pooh found something in common, and Emma and Julia did not get along.
They did not.
So I'm guessing it's either one of these two. I'm gonna say Emma.
It might be Cricket, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say wild card, maybe Megan.
Hmm. First vote goes to Coriolanus. Second vote goes to Ao. Third vote goes to Ao. Fourth vote goes to Ao. Fifth vote goes to Coriolanus. Sixth vote goes to Ao. Seventh vote goes to Coriolanus. Eighth vote goes to Ao. And Ao.
Dang. That kind of She was one
Yeah.
of the first people I drafted too.
Yeah. And she's just taking out, she gets no screen time. She's like a
Not at
first boots
all.
that just is out.
They're like, we're not gonna, just like no emotional attachment at all.
Yeah. Megan and Pooh were on the outs with Ao.
Oh, dang.
Okay. Let's see who wins the next immunity challenge. And Ryan's tribe wins immunity. They also win a fishing kit.
Very nice. Pause 1 sec.
Okay. Okay, and we're back here. Your tribe won immunity here, so you're safe this round.
Very nice. And they win a fishing kit.
Yep.
Now Emma can grow a little bit and Pooh won't crave human
Yeah.
flesh.
Maya and Pooh find something in common. Pooh's
Mai
social
is just
game.
not giving a she is bonding with all the villains. She's like,
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
Yeah, if this is what's going to help her win the game, she's going to fit in with all the villains.
exactly.
Ken and Spider-Man 2099 have a small fight.
Just what?
Ken has a major meltdown. Oh, he was emasculated by
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099. As a new alliance forms here between Emma, Megan, Mai, the High Evo, and Winnie the Pooh.
What have I done? This is like the craziest, most random effing alliance in the history of mankind.
This is yeah, I don't even know. I mean, okay, so I think the high evo has something to do with this. Okay, like I think he's got something to do with Winnie the Pooh. I think he is definitely seeing Winnie the Pooh as a potential creation that he would love to create onto a new planet. Megan AI, high evolutionary, likes to, I'm sure he works a lot with AI. Little crickets, another
He
animal.
wants the compound V that's in her bloodstream, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And then my managed to get here. And it's
Yeah.
just like, I'll be a part of this.
He was a big fan of Squid Game The Challenge. It was like, I'll bring
Yeah,
you along just
yeah.
because you amused me.
And Coriolanus Resicamp stores energy.
All right.
Barbie and Joel have a major fight.
Okay.
Barbie and Rhea have a major fight. Barbie and Rhea bond slightly. Okay, so they had a fight and then made up, I guess.
I don't think, well, Barbie, they bonded slightly after a major fight.
Yeah,
I don't know. She also picked a fight with Joel too. This
yeah,
does not look good for Barbie.
yeah. And Rhea has the idol, so if somehow Barbie got votes against Rhea, Rhea can just play it and take out
Uh,
Barbie's.
does not look good. Looks like
No.
she might be going back to Barbie Land.
Yep. First vote goes to T Swift. Second vote goes to T
Are you
Swift.
fucking kidding me?
Third vote goes to T Swift. Fourth vote goes to T Swift.
They're like, you already made your billions.
Fifth vote goes to Faker. Sixth vote goes to T Swift. Seventh vote goes to Faker. Eighth vote goes to Faker. Ninth vote goes to Faker. One vote left. And T
Dang.
Swift, the biggest name in the entire season, second boot.
She was too big. She was too big. The
Yeah,
target, like they had to get rid of her as soon as they could.
yeah. She also had been on the channel before. Maybe that influenced it, but
Yeah.
okay. Well,
They were like, there
Faker,
was no way.
yeah, yeah. They didn't want her to be this season's Bruce.
No.
Faker, Izana, Joel, Rhea, Sanji, and Shadowheart voted T Swift. Barbie, Emily, Jag, and T Swift voted Faker.
Well, this is not good for Barbie, Emily, or Jack.
Yep.
And we both want Emily to do well, so this is not good.
Yeah, I'd say Barbie's probably the most in trouble. I think I bet the plan was already in motion to take out T Swift, and so Rhea couldn't do anything about flipping over to Barbie. So it's kind of just like, okay, we'll take her out maybe next time. Okay, no, nothing happened here. Who wins immunity? Joe's tribe wins immunity. They also win pillows, blankets, and chairs.
Good for them.
Megan and High Evo bond strongly.
Oh my God.
Julia and Spider-Man 2099 bond slightly.
Who's living?
And Little Cricket leaves the alliance.
Don't.
Joel and Rhea bond strongly. Barbie and Faker find something in common. Totally opposites in Barbie and Faker here.
In almost every sense of the word.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Sanji and Shadowheart bond slightly. And a new alliance forms between Emily, Flippin, Jag, Joel, Rhea, and Sanji.
you
So,
see, this is an alliance of five that I'm like, okay, I can see,
yeah,
I can see this happening.
yeah, this makes sense.
Yes,
And I feel like this could be a pretty strong alliance. I think you got some good players here.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Um, let's
I think,
see.
I think cricket, unfortunately.
Um, maybe, I mean, they don't fully have the numbers. It could actually be that major alliance could lose someone.
I don't know. I can also see who else was on the outs of that.
Yeah. Um, Not necessarily outs, but Coriolanus did get votes, so
Yeah,
potentially could see votes going back over.
that would be a safe vote.
Yeah.
It's still a little early to do. I mean, the
Mhm.
thing is, yes, an alliance. I mean, like, yes, yeah, if alliance is small, they don't necessarily have sway in the numbers, but that is also saying that assuming that the people outside of the alliance are all unified.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. So it's Megan, my High Evo, and Winnie in the alliance. So they basically need to get either Coriolanus, Emma, Julia, Ken, or Miguel to flip. I mean, Little Cricket could still vote with them.
Yeah,
She might not know she's been kicked out. That could have been an inner conversation between these four to say, "Hey, let's just use her for one more vote and then get rid of her after that."
that is true.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a potential. I'm gonna say we're either losing Coriolanus or Julia here.
I don't think Julie depends if she's aware enough to play her idol.
Uh-huh.
Only
Okay.
one way to find out.
First vote goes to Coriolanus. Second vote goes to Coriolanus. Third vote goes to Coriolanus.
Hype this man up so
Fourth vote
much,
goes to
dude.
Julia. Fifth vote goes to Julia. Sixth vote goes to Julia. Seventh vote goes to Julia. And Julia is voted out with an idol
Well,
in her pocket.
this isn't total drama where it's has the powers of a super idol.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she's out. Wow. Okay. So Coriolanus, High Evo, Ken, Megan, Mai, and Pooh voted Julia. Julia, Little Cricket, and Spider-Man 2099 voted Coriolanus.
This is not good for the bugs.
Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, it looks like Ken ends up being the one to flip over there. And Coriolanus was also getting targeted, so he's like, well, I'm not gonna vote for myself.
Obviously. Man.
Okay. Well, that was yeah, that was interesting.
That
Julia
was definitely
just
something.
yeah. Okay, who wins immunity? And Joe's tribe wins immunity, sending Ryan's tribe right back to tribal.
God damn it.
Coriolanus and Pooh bond strongly. Ken is impressing the rest of the team. That's all we're getting.
No, it's his Mojo Dojo Casa shelter.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Barbie and Faker find something in common again. They apparently have a whole array of things that they have in common.
Mm.
As Emily leaves this alliance, as a new alliance forms between a Barbie, Faker, Joel, Rhea, Sanji, and Shadowhearts.
Mm.
Well,
Interesting. So it looks like Joel, Rhea, and Sanji are in this like core three, and they can go whichever way
yeah,
that pleases them.
they're definitely in the power position of this tribe. Okay.
I think it might be Miguel O'Hara or Emma.
Yeah, it's very possible. First vote goes to Little Cricket. Second vote goes to
Ah,
Spider-Man 2099.
it's one of the bugs.
Third vote goes to Spider-Man. Fourth vote goes to Little Cricket. Fifth vote goes to Spider-Man. Sixth vote goes to Spider-Man. And
Dang.
Spider-Man is voted out. I guess
No, they were
yeah, it's getting a little closer to the merge. Take out, I guess, a big physical threats, assuming maybe a swap's coming up here.
exactly. It was like,
Yeah.
we can probably Emma, remember, is still probably the size of an ant right now.
Yeah. She had that one reward challenge that they or like immunity reward, so she ate a little.
Made her as tall as this
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah, so Coriolanus was the only other person to vote for Little Cricket, so
All right.
okay. Winnie the Pooh is exiled.
Oh my God.
What I mean, we got to get some like horror shots of him in the woods just like creeping out.
He kills two cameramen.
And Pooh does find the I don't know if I route there. So it was actually inside the chest of one of the cameramen.
Why the hell did production put one in there?
I mean that's where Pooh said it was. So okay,
I
the
think
new
that just people wanted a break from Pooh. Like,
yeah.
granted, we have some killers here, but like Pooh was on a whole other level of like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah. Okay, so the Vuku tribe is Izana, my Sanji, Shadowheart, and the High Evo.
Okay. We still have that core of Maya and
My,
the High
my
Evolutionary.
yeah, they just gotta get Izana, Sanji, or Shadowheart, one of them to flip.
You can see it.
The new Jabeni tribe is Barbie, Little Cricket, Joel, Megan, and Rhea. Joel and Rhea, big on their alliance. They are also in another alliance with Barbie, so
Not looking good for Megan and Emma.
yeah. And the new Tiva tribe here is Coriolanus, Emily, Faker, Jag, and Ken.
I just love how it's just two of my peeps on each tribe.
Yeah. Yeah, you really have an uphill battle on all the three tribes.
Yep.
Um yeah, and this is probably the closest one to maybe something working out for you.
Yeah. I mean, I have the two powerhouses on that one, so
Yeah. Okay. My finds the hidden immunity idol.
very nice.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Not currently hidden here on the Jabeni tribe. Let's go to the Tiva tribe. It's hidden, but no one finds it. Who wins immunity? Fuku tribe wins immunity. They also win pastries, coffee, and iced coffee. And the Jabeni tribe wins immunity.
All right. So Pooh will be joining the Tiva tribe, but
Mhm.
who is he replacing? Or should I say, who is he replacing?
Okay, we're gonna move right along. Oh, Sanji leaves this alliance.
Oh my.
And Emily Flippin finds the hidden immunity idol.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice. Coriolanus and Ken have a minor disagreements.
He's like, I am not putting up. It's like, no, you have the hair. You're totally Ken. It was like, never say that again.
Yeah, I will not be a Ken. I'm an Alan.
He
uh,
is Snow. Snow ends up on top.
yeah. Emily and Jag bond slightly. So it looks like Coriolanus and Ken are they're not gonna try to pull anyone in with them. They're going at each
No,
other.
I think you keep Ken though.
Mhm.
I like Coriolanus, but I'm like, his name has always been on the bottom. I feel like you just get rid of him. I feel like Ken is just a good person to bring to the end, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a pretty good goat. I don't think
Oh
anyone's
yeah,
voting for Ken in the end.
no.
Okay, let's see. First vote goes to Ken. Second vote goes to Coriolanus. Third vote goes to Ken. Fourth vote goes to Coriolanus. One vote left. And Ken
Oh
has
what?
been voted out.
Oh no.
Oh,
He,
Barbie.
he wasn't able to impress Barbie with this. Granted,
No.
yeah, it wouldn't have worked either way, but still.
Yeah, he never got to be on the same tribe with her. That's honestly a disappointment right there.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But
Emily voted.
Pooh,
Yeah.
Pooh joins the team.
Uh okay, yeah. Let's see how Pooh does there. Okay. Nothing much, nothing much. Okay, who wins? Reward challenge. Jabeni tribe wins reward. They win 3 hens and a rooster.
All right.
And the Vuku tribe wins reward. They win a dozen eggs.
It's not looking good for the Buku tribe. Or no, Tiva
The
tribe, my
Tiva.
bad.
Vuku tribe wins immunity, and the Jabeni tribe wins immunity. It's always that tribe that has to start all over.
Yeah,
They don't have anything to set up there. They had to spend a few days just trying to make anything that they can live in.
they're just like,
It's
it's
tough.
okay. We just get rid of Ryan's team.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this alliance dissolves.
Uh, Distance does not make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. Little Cricket and Joel have a small fight, and they bond strongly after it.
That's good.
And Barbie rests at camp to restore her energy. She was probably crying. I guess no, she wouldn't cry after Ken goes out. She'd be like, "Oh, okay."
It's like, uh, guess he wasn't enough for the tribe.
uh, okay. Coriolanus and Faker bond strongly,
All right.
and a new alliance formed between Coriolanus, Emily, and Faker.
He does not give up. I think Pooh just goes here.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think
either
Emily gets
Pooh.
rid of Jag. It just
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. Pooh came in last second too to the tribe, so he's not even. He didn't have those like immediate bonds of being with them. So yeah,
This is my
Coriolanus
fifth
playing quite an
person.
underdog game, I gotta say.
I will. This is going to be my fifth person
Yeah.
out of six.
Emily uses her idol on Faker. First vote goes to Jag. She wastes
Oh,
it. Second vote goes to Jag. Third vote goes to Pooh. And
what?
Jag is voted out.
That is a big surprise.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Why did she use the idol though?
I don't know. This seemed like a really bad play, Emily, I gotta say.
Come on. All
Okay.
right. This is the last one.
Yeah, we
The
need to see the
four.
Tiva tribe do something. Okay. Okay, who wins rewards? And the Jabeni tribe wins reward. They win cooking utensils, herbs, spices, and kebabs. And the Vuku tribe wins reward. They win kebabs. Not looking good for Tiva again.
Nope.
And Jabeni tribe wins reward, and Vuku tribe wins
Man,
reward.
I think they take out Pooh here
Yeah,
because he's the only one not in that little alliance.
yeah. Unless he finds the idol, which is now back in play. Uh, Megan leaves this alliance.
Okay.
Okay, no events occurred. And Coriolanus and Pooh bond slightly. Coriolanus and Emily have a major fight.
Oh shit. Do we
Okay,
end up in a tie?
that would be pretty great. First vote goes to Coriolanus. Second vote goes to Pooh.
Oh man.
Third vote goes to Pooh. And
Yeah,
Pooh is voted out.
it's a darn shame.
Yeah.
But he is. We're about to go into the merge and we're about to do our assessment. He does stick out a lot because his name has always been brought up in conversation. I think he's on
Yeah.
his way to becoming the person with the most votes ever on a single season
Yeah.
against them.
Yeah, he's definitely had to fight and claw his way just to make it to the merge, compared to some
Oh
people
yeah,
who pretty much have won. Some people have almost just won challenges purely to get here, only having to maybe go to tribal once.
yeah. Um, I would say also playing a great game. I would say Barbie, little hiccups here and there, but I think still a good contender.
Mhm,
Emily Flippin, also another one. Some hiccups, but still doing pretty well. And then the duo, the power duo of this season, I feel is Mai and the High Evolutionary.
mhm. Yeah, I definitely, I do think Joel, Ree, and Sanji on my tribe, haven't seen too much of my tribe because it's been,
Yeah,
but it seems like those three were playing the best when they were together. So definitely want to see how they progress the game now that they have to go to tribal.
that is true. That is true.
Mhm. Emily finds the vote steal.
Very nice.
Okay. Okay, hero for alliances. Only three alliances currently in the game. And Little Cricket wins the first immunity here. She got the merge feast and
And now
ate a
she's big.
bunch. Yeah, she
Now
ate a
she's
bunch.
she's a giant right now.
Yeah, yeah. She could be a big threat for these next couple of challenges.
Well, I mean, it depends on how many rewards she wins because
Yeah,
remember, it's her calorie intake that depends on her size.
yeah. Okay. Barbie and Emily bond slightly. Sanji and Shadowheart bond strongly. Barbie and Coriolanus bond slightly. And Emily leaves this alliance of Coriolanus and Figure. So that was for Emily, that was just on that tribe. I don't care about you afterwards.
No,
Or she
but
just creates a bigger alliance with Barbie, Coriolanus, Emily, Faker, Rhea, and the High Evo.
okay, interesting.
Okay.
It's
Well,
tough to say.
it seems like that alliance is probably going to dictate this vote.
I'm just gonna say this person because I haven't really seen their name come up too often. I'm gonna say Izana.
I was literally just about to say that too. It feels like they're not giving us too much screen time of him, potentially because he is going to be a just out of nowhere boots.
Yeah.
Okay, first vote goes to Megan. Second vote goes to Shadow Hearts. Third vote goes to Megan. Fourth vote goes to Shadow Hearts. Fifth vote goes to Megan. Sixth vote goes to Shadow Hearts. Seventh vote goes to Megan. Eighth vote goes to Shadow Hearts. Ninth vote goes to Megan. 10th vote goes to Shadow Hearts. 11th vote goes to Megan. 12th vote goes to Shadow Heart. One vote left. Who will be voted out? Shadow Hearts taken out.
She was too much of a wild card.
Yeah. Well, now she's going to be a wild card as the mayor of Ponderosa.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay. So Barbie, Coriolanus, Emily, Faker, High Evo, Little Cricket, and Megan voted for Shadow Hearts. Izana, Joel, Mai, Rhea, Sanji, and Shadowheart voted Megan.
Well, well, I mean, the people that are with not in within the number, the five that remain that did not vote with the majority, um, they two of them have idols.
Yeah.
So
The game's
they
still up in the air.
very much so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's also this vote steal that could easily play a factor.
Most definitely.
Okay. Group number one is Coriolanus, Izana, Joel, Megan, Mai, and Sanji. Group number two is Barbie, Emily, Emma, Faker, Rhea, and the High Evo. And they win rewards. They win a dozen pizzas to be enjoyed at camp.
Emma's still a giant now because she's getting her food.
Yep. But Rhea wins immunity.
All right.
Mai is impressing the rest of the team. Izana has a major meltdown.
You thought he would be more relevant this season.
Uh-huh. And Coriolanus leaves the alliance.
But why?
He likes playing from the bottom. You know, he wants to be as far around the bottom as possible.
I think he just straight up has trust issues.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think it's either going to be Coriolanus or Izana, but Coriolanus is just not getting taken out, so I'm going to say Izana still.
I might say also a little cricket, unfortunately, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like if they target my had, or at least from what I know from Squid Game, she has the social awareness to play her idol right.
Uh-huh.
So I still think it's kind of open, but I will say unless they legit target my, which I think is still a little low, Yeah, it might either be Izana, Coriolanus, or Cricket.
Yeah, yeah. Cricket, Brantsteele does love voting out the person who wins first individual immunity. It
It
does it
does.
so often. Okay. My use is the idol on the high Evo.
Okay. Was it
First
played
vote
correctly?
goes to Little Crickets.
It was not.
Second vote goes to Azana. Third vote goes to Little Crickets. Fourth vote goes to Azana. Fifth vote goes to Little Crickets. Sixth vote goes to Little Crickets. Seventh vote goes to Azana. Eighth vote goes to Azana. Ninth vote goes to Little Crickets. 10th vote goes to Azana. 11th vote goes to Little Cricket. One vote left. And we are tied between Azana and Little Crickets.
I also want to say that this is not actually the character Emma
Yeah.
mine. It is Liz Broadway's headshot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't tell you, but I every Little Cricket picture either had other people in it or would not work for Brantsteele.
Interesting. That's the
Yeah.
one thing about Brantsteele. It's like I wish that we could just upload the image.
Would be a lot easier. I agree. That would make my job a lot easier. But sometimes it's like certain websites just don't actually work for brand
Usually,
steals.
yeah, usually like IMDb Pro works wonders, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
it doesn't always work out, or they don't have the good enough images for brand steal.
no.
Okay, first vote goes to Little Crickets. Second vote goes to Azana. Third vote goes to Little Crickets. Fourth vote goes to Azana. Fifth vote goes to Little Crickets. Sixth vote goes to Azana. Seventh vote goes to Little Crickets. Eighth vote goes to Azana. Ninth vote goes to Little Crickets. And we are going to
You
Rocks.
guys are insane and stupid.
Okay, so wait. My used idol on the high Evo. In a way, correct idol play. Now, she should have probably used it for herself, but in a way, she is
Yeah,
saving one of her allies from not having to draw a rock.
if she pulls that rock, she is fucked.
Yeah,
So it's a 1 in 8 shot for any of these people. No one wants to go home like this.
yeah, yeah. Is she going to be Ramsey Bolton from one of our previous seasons of playing the idol for someone else, going to rocks and then going home?
I don't think lightning strikes twice.
Okay. Who is the unlucky person going home here? Barbie.
No.
Oh
Dang.
no.
Dang.
I feel like so many of our heavy hitters have gone home early.
I don't know. We still have a lot of good ones, but like
Yeah.
people that really represented the year, yeah,
Yeah.
you are totally right.
Yeah. Okay, so high Evo, Joel, Little Cricket, Megan, Mai, and Rhea voted Asana. Barbie, Coriolanus, Emily, Faker, Izana, and Sanjeeva, Little Cricket. Uh, okay.
All right. This is the last one before we're halfway there.
Yep. Okay. Little Cricket finds the hidden immunity idol.
Very nice.
Okay. Group number one is Emily, Faker, Joel, Rhea, and Sanji. Group number two is Coriolanus, Emma, Izana, Mai, and the High Evo. Megan does not participate and cannot win rewards. And group number one wins reward. They win a trip to a burger bar complete with beer and soft drinks.
Nice.
And Faker wins immunity.
All right. He has
Okay.
slot himself in the upper half.
Yep.
Let's see who
Yep.
joins him.
Coriolanus and Rhea have a major fights.
You need to lay low, bro.
I know, right? The High Evo leaves this alliance.
All right.
Okay. I mean, are we getting Coriolanus versus Rhea here? Because I think Rhea just plays her idol and Coriolanus goes home.
I don't know. I don't feel it's that cut and dry. We haven't really had too many cut and dry eliminations, really.
Uh-huh.
I mean, trying to think. I really don't know. This season's a bit more tricky to read.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
still see, unfortunately, votes on both Snow or Little Cricket, but
Mhm.
I don't know. This one, they've also just gotten so many votes. I feel like they're still going to be around just to rack up more.
Yeah. Coriolanus has definitely gotten probably the biggest edit of the season so far.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm hoping that he at least makes it a few more votes personally.
I agree. Well, both.
Yeah. Okay. First vote goes to Coriolanus. Second vote goes to Azana. Third vote goes to Little Cricket. Fourth vote goes to Azana. Fifth vote goes to Coriolanus. Sixth vote goes to Azana. Seventh vote goes to Little Cricket. Eighth vote goes to Coriolanus. Ninth vote goes to Azana. 10th vote goes to Coriolanus. One vote left. And Coriolanus.
He
Uh
tried so hard.
yeah, he made it probably further than I think we thought he would because he was the target from like day one until now.
Yeah.
But still, unfortunate.
Thing is, it's like if he could have just voted for Izana, he could at least tied,
Yeah.
and then it would be up to Faker. But like, no, he was like, no, 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 no. We're going after Little Cricket. That's where the numbers are.
Yeah, yeah. He was definitely on the outs this game, but you know what? Entertaining. Honestly, I think he has potential for all stars.
I agree.
Yeah. Um, so Azana, Joel, Little Cricket, Rhea, and Sanji voted Coriolanus. Emily, High Evo, Megan, and Mai voted Azana, and Coriolanus and Figure voted Little Cricket. Okay.
All right.
Let's do our little mid-merge assessment here now.
I still think the front runners, in my opinion, are Mai, Rhea, and the High Evolutionary.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean that seems pretty accurate. Bless you.
I wouldn't count out Emily or Emma just quite yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to make some big moves, I think, against those three players pretty soon.
I will say I feel like Faker is a bit of a sleeper threat, so definitely keep an eye on him. He could end up winning this.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, I feel like Joel and Sanji, at least from what it seems like, are kind of become Rhea's minions in some ways. It feels like
Yeah,
they're kind of just votes they're just voting with Rhea.
it's
um
seeming like it.
yeah,
Definitely.
she's made her new Judgment Day, her new faction with Joel and Sanji.
Yeah. She still has that idol.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, she is with Faker and Emily, so there could be something there too.
Yeah.
Okay, group number one is Izana, Megan, Rhea, Sanji, and the High Evo. Group number two is Emily, Emma, Faker, Joel, and Mai. And group number one wins for war. They win a survivor picnic with wraps and wine, letters from home.
Emma's starting to streak.
Yep. And the High Evo wins uncomfortably numb, as says the challenge.
Huh.
Okay, he was able to just stand on that narrow perch. Good for him.
Thing is, he has gravity powers, so
Yeah, yeah. This is the Christian Hubicki immunity win of
uh,
so he probably got to talk to Jeff about working on little animals.
Yeah. You see, that's why he's a terrible why he's a terrible human being and like one of the
Mhm.
worst villains.
Yeah,
He experiments on animals.
yeah.
Like legit.
Izana and Rhea find something in common. They're
Hey,
both gang leaders, I guess. Okay. Um, Little Cricket is still potential.
I see it. Izana is finally in good, or at least maybe Rhea's doing jury management with
Uh-huh.
Izana.
Yeah. Yeah, potential. Faker just came off of a win, so potentially you just take out Faker as well.
Alright.
First vote goes to Mai. Second vote goes to Faker. Third vote goes to Mai. Fourth vote goes to Faker. Fifth vote goes to Faker. Sixth vote goes to Faker. Seventh vote goes to Mai. Eighth vote goes to Faker. Ninth vote goes to Mai. One vote left, and Faker has been taken out. That one immunity win was all it took for
Yeah.
people to put for him to get on everyone's radar.
There's like this dude's a world champion 4 times over. Yeah, we need to kind of like get rid of him.
Yeah. Okay, so High Evo is on it. Lil Cricket, Megan, Mai, and Sanji voted Faker. Emily, Faker, Joel, and Rhea voted Mai. Okay. Okay, who is going to win rewards? Group number one is Little Cricket, Mai, Rhea, and Sanji. Group number two is Emily, Azana, Joel, and the High Evo. Megan does not participate and cannot win reward again. As group number one wins reward, they win an afternoon cruise and a feast.
Nice.
And Rhea wins her second individual immunity.
All right.
Izana and Sanji bond strongly. Mai and Sanji bond slightly. Joel has a major meltdown. Sanji rests at camp to store his energy.
Is it Joel?
In my, it's
I don't know. I feel Joel, maybe Emily. I don't know.
I
Like,
feel like the High Evo and Maya's group kind of has control, and Rhea's might be starting to slip a little bit. Even though she just won this immunity, I mean, take out
yeah,
her closest
take out
ally.
Joel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First vote goes to Azana. Second vote goes to High Evo. Third vote goes to Little Cricket. Fourth vote goes to Azana. Fifth vote goes to High Evo. Sixth vote goes to Azana. Seventh vote goes to High Evo. Eighth vote goes to Azana. Ninth vote goes to High Evo. We are tied between the High Evolutionary and Azana.
It's these votes where it's three.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting where it lies. Because now cricket only got
Cricket
one
only
vote.
got that one, so whoever voted for Cricket very well has the choice to decide here.
Exactly.
Okay.
That done.
First vote goes to High Evo. Second vote goes to Azana. Third vote goes to High Evo. Fourth vote goes to Azana. Fifth vote goes to High Evo. Sixth vote goes to Azana. One vote left. And Azana
Oh,
is voted out.
he fought hard.
Yeah.
He was like, I want some sort of relevance in this freaking
Uh,
Brantsteele.
Yeah, it's almost like he knew his edits all not while he was on the island was not great. Okay, so it was Mai who voted Little Cricket, so she obviously is not voting a high Evo.
Mm, yeah. I mean, they've been a duo since the very beginning of this game.
Yeah,
Final
okay.
eight. We are
Final
almost
eight.
at that finale.
It's almost here. Still, this is the part of the game where you gotta be making your big moves now.
Oh yeah. Emily, the longer she's in this game, the more power that seal of vote has.
Exactly. Pair number one is Lil Cricket and Megan. Pair number two is Mai and Ria. Pair number three is Emily and Joel. Pair number four is Sanchi and the High Evolutionary. Group number one wins rewards, and they share the reward with two other castaways, Joel and Sanji, and they win the barbecue with their loved ones.
Nice.
And Ria wins immunity, third immunity.
She is definitely her threat level starting to go up.
Yeah, she's definitely, I think, the next person that they need to be focusing on. And all, I mean, yeah, they really need to be taking out Joel now because she can't have any more power in this game.
No.
Little Cricket and Sanji find something in common,
All right.
and a new alliance forms between a Little Cricket, Megan, Mai, Sanji, and the High Evolutionary.
What happened to Cricket? Okay.
Little Cricket works hard at camp and becomes tired. She's fine. She's fine. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say we're losing Joel here.
It's getting tough now.
Yeah.
Because of that new alliance, I can see Joel. I could maybe see Emily.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, it
you
has
know,
to be pretty much by how the alliance shaked out.
yeah, because Rhea's can't be eliminated. The only thing I could see happening, maybe Rhea, her long time idol that she's had from the very beginning of this game, if she
Mhm.
uses it on Joel, maybe it backfires on this new five.
Yeah. Yeah. It's possible. Okay. Rhea uses the idol on Joel.
All
He is
right.
safe. First vote goes to Joel, does not count. Second vote goes to Joel, does not count. Third vote goes to Joel, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Joel, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Joel, does not count. Sixth vote goes to High
Oh,
Evolutionary.
dang.
The High Evolutionary gets idled out.
Rhea, that was a great move.
Yeah,
Very great move.
choosing probably the best person to take out too.
Honestly, if she brings in Emily with that vote steal, she can definitely the momentum really would shift in their favor.
Yeah,
Because oh wait, Emily's already there.
yeah,
So
she's already
she has
thinking
to
about it.
vote. Ooh, this is
Okay,
not good for that five that just got together.
yeah, yeah. They thought that they all just had to get together. They have the numbers, but suddenly, an
Surprise.
idle play and now potential steal vote coming in next could totally change this.
Well,
Okay.
this is the last episode before the finale.
Yep. Yep. Last time to make your impressions before we do our assessments. Okay. Reward challenge. Rio wins reward and shares it with Emily and Joel, really making it clear what's about to happen.
Oh yeah.
And she shares the reward with two other castaways. They win a helicopter ride to the Mala Mala Beach Club. And Rhea wins immunity.
Dang. All
Wow.
right. It all
This
depends on who she wants to target.
Little Cricket and Sanji find something in common. Emily and Mai have a major fight. And a new alliance forms between Little Cricket, Joel, Megan, and Sanji.
Okay.
I mean, I guess Mai is going out here.
it would seem that way. Only one not really an alliance. High Evolutionary is gone, so Mai's power just really kind of tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good for her.
I guess it really depends on also I forget when's the final time you can use the vote steal, but I
I
feel like
it's either
it
at 6 or 5.
yeah, you know, it's starting to expire.
Yeah. Yeah, and also this is just now the time where you just need 2 other people. You got Joel and Rhea wanting to work with you. But also, I mean, Rhea's resume right now is
Is
crazy.
big.
You do not want to be in the final 3 with Rhea right now.
I mean, you have to beat Rhea in order to get that opportunity.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna say I think we're losing Mai here.
It looks like it.
Little Cricket uses the idol on Megan.
All right. Was this
First vote
correct?
goes to Megan, does not count. Second vote goes to Mai. Third vote goes to Emily. Fourth vote goes to Emily. Fifth vote goes to Mai. Sixth vote goes to Emily. And Emily
Hey.
flipping. If she used that, I mean, I guess even if she votes steal it's someone who voted for her, it would be a tie, and then she couldn't do any of her votes and
No.
probably would have still gone home. But still, how did this happen? Little Cricket, Megan, Mai, and Sanji voted Emily. Emily and Joel voted Mai, and Rhea voted Megan. So,
I think if Emily stole, let's say, from Sanji and then put it on Mai, then it would at least have tied, and then Rhea
yeah,
would be the tiebreaker, but she's really good with Emily, so it would have worked in her favor that way.
yeah. Rhea also, I mean, because she voted for Megan here, if she voted for Mai, then Emily could have been just able to easily do the vote steal and taken out Mai, but they just weren't on the same page there.
So also Emma wasting her idol.
Yep.
Now there's, you know, that vote steal, now that's gone. No one has an advantage right now. You know, there's only a few more opportunities to get an idol. Uh Now here we are at finale. So I think Rhea's playing the best game,
Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah, it's definitely Rhea, and then if they take her out and Mai is there, I think Mai is probably the next best choice. Um,
Yeah,
and then I'd say third is Emma, Little Crickets.
yeah.
Um, and then I feel like Joel, Megan, and Sanji right now are just being presented as potential goats.
I can see I can see maybe Sanji a little bit above
Uh-huh.
the other two,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. Who wins immunity? Rhea wins immunity, fifth immunity win. And she also wins spaghetti meal and cake back at camp and shares it with Joel and Mai.
All right.
And Rhea finds hidden immunity idol.
She is now guaranteed Final Four.
Wow.
So all she has to do is make fire. I think
Yeah.
she wins this game now.
It seems pretty hard for her to lose.
Yeah.
Joel has a major meltdown. I think he knows what just happened.
Yeah.
Rhea probably showed him the idol and he was like, no, the one person that I needed to take out to have any say of me playing the game.
I mean, he could always have her use the idol on him, and then
uh-huh.
that makes her potentially vulnerable for five.
Yeah.
Because I think Rhea could be like, yeah, all I have to do is win more, like one more challenge, and I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
possible.
it is possible. Am I grasping for straws? I don't think so. I think it's possible, but I'm just trying to present a
Yeah.
something that doesn't make this so clear cut.
Yeah. Okay. So who goes home here? I mean, I feel like I do think we're going to see votes on Joel. I don't
Yeah.
I think he's still getting votes here. I think it's either Joel or Mai.
I think it's either Joel or Emma. I feel
Okay.
like Mai at this point, it's still definitely a big target,
Hmm.
but Emma is very well. She has a lot of numbers with the people that are remaining, though.
Uh-huh.
So I'd say it's tough, and it all depends if Ray uses this idol on Joel as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. Rhea uses the idol on Joel.
She does.
She just uses it. She is really trying to get him as far in the game as possible. Okay, first vote. Joel does not count. Second vote, Joel does not count. Third vote, Joel does not count. Fourth vote, Joel does not count. Who did they vote for?
I think it's Cricket. No, it is
My
mine. My, the tribe has
wow.
spoken.
Yeah, I think that was the Rhea's biggest competition
Yeah,
was my
but now Rhea is without an idol, and this is the last immunity challenge where after this, it's just who to see who makes fire, which is
yeah,
very, very playable. I feel like it's up to, if someone really wants to win this game, they just have to win this challenge.
yeah. They have to
I
win
don't
this
know.
challenge, and I mean, for Lil Cricket, Joel, Megan, and Sanji, you got to take out Rhea here. Like
Yeah,
this might be last chance to take her
this
out.
is the last chance, and you better hope you find the idol before she does.
Yeah, Rhea finds the hidden
Well,
immunity.
and if she wins immunity, why not just play it on Joel again? You know?
Yeah. Uh. Okay. Who wins immunity? Rhea.
Well, bye bye, little cricket.
Oh my god. Okay. Well.
You just no one else is just allowed to play the game right now.
Yeah, she has actually just demanded that she's the end game. She's the end game boss that just came out of nowhere.
I think you take out cricket, and then Rhea can be like, "All right, let's just make Megan lose fire."
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's tight with Joel. Joel's not going to put her into fire. Sanji maybe want to try and take out Rhea at fire, but we are assuming that Rhea will win fire, which is a big
Yeah.
assumption on our part. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it is something where if she's crushing it at these challenges, we think she's going to be great at making fire.
Yeah, the odds are she's going to be able to do it, but
Yeah,
it's possible that I mean Joel has got some survival experience. Sanji,
obviously.
is a cook, so I mean I'm sure he knows how to do it. So
Yeah.
definitely
And Megan's a
chances.
robot,
Yeah,
so she
just
just
laser eyes or something.
something like that.
Yeah. Okay. And Joel, Rhea uses the idol on Joel again. I mean, Joel is now just absolutely a goat. Like
Yep.
you have just completely castrated him by playing three idols for him.
No, man.
First vote goes to Joel, does not count. Second vote goes to Joel, does not count. Third vote goes to Joel, does not count. Fourth vote goes to
Yep.
Little Crickets, and Little Cricket is taken out.
Dang.
Wow.
It just you couldn't go against Rhea. She just became too powerful and she could
Yeah.
not be taken down at that point.
Yeah. It seemed everyone got laser focused onto taking out Joel because Rhea was winning these immunities, but Rhea has these idols that just totally makes it impossible.
Exactly. She was like, Joel is my number one, and you can't get rid of him because I make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also, just a props to Rhea. Every idol she has gone, she has never played for herself
Yeah.
as a result.
It has just been for her closest ally.
Yeah,
Yeah. And she's on 6 immunities wins right now, which I believe for is our most for a female player.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can she pull off one more and really just set the bar that high?
Yep. And she
She
does.
does.
She wins some motion.
Of course. Of
Wow.
course, this iconic challenge.
Yep.
Now, I don't think she could. I would think she would be the one to want to flex.
Yeah, she seems like she would do that. I could see her. I feel like if she does though, she's probably going into against like Megan. I don't think she's going in against Joel, obviously.
Thing is, like, I don't
Maybe
think she even
Sanchi.
needs to.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think she does either. But I mean, it would be funny. I always like it when Brantsteele puts someone into fire and and they have that chance of losing. I mean, she's clearly played the best game and would be a great winner. So that would suck if she loses like that.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, so Brantsteele, don't do it. Don't do
yeah,
it. Let her win.
okay. No events occurred.
Wait,
Sh- She gives immunity to Joel and Sanji.
okay, she is going in for the flex. She wants to take down her last opponent. She's like, no, I want a hand in taking down Megan. She's got to beat Megan here.
Come on, Rhea. You got to do this. It will be a travesty if our final three of the season is Joel, Sanji, and Megan. And Rhea wins.
All right, I was about to
Okay.
say.
It was really close. I mean that was
Did,
Rhea really made the end stretch of this season interesting
did
by
she get any votes? Has she could she potentially play a perfect game?
I don't think anyone's voted for her, so there's a chance if she sweeps this.
Granted, there was a very slim chance that they even could.
Hmm. Yeah, she was like vulnerable for like 3 votes of the whole season.
Yeah, I think she. I don't. I think Joel and Sanji just tie for last, and
Yeah,
then all the votes go to Rhea.
yeah, I think so too. We very well might be seeing our next perfect game. Never mind, the first vote goes to
Well,
Joel. Second vote goes to Rhea. Third vote goes to Sanji. Fourth vote goes to Sanji.
what?
Fifth vote goes to Rhea. Sixth vote goes to Rhea. Seventh
Okay,
vote goes to Rhea. And eighth vote and winner in a 7-2-1. So Sanji
I'm
got a couple votes.
I'm curious to see where these number who was the two and who was the one.
So Megan voted for Joel. So she must not have been happy about Rhea going to fire to take her out.
No, not at all.
And then my voted for Sanji and Shadowheart voted for Sanji.
I think Shadowheart and Sanji bonded a little bit before she got eliminated, so
Um,
that might have played a factor into it.
and mine must have been salty at Rhea for idling her and the high Evo out.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But very well done, Rhea.
Little
Yeah,
Crickets wins the fan favorite awards.
very nice.
Okay. Well, definitely an interesting end stretch of this game from final 8 onwards, where it just became the Rhea Ripley show.
Oh yeah. I
uh
feel like it was I feel like this was interesting because it was like, all right, well, who do they take out? It wasn't always a clear cut. I would say it wasn't obvious who was going home until final six because it was like,
uh-huh.
oh, maybe this or oh, maybe that. Like Emily's elimination was a surprise.
Yeah.
Um,
High Evolutionary obviously started kind of the Rhea Ripley train, which we
yeah.
weren't fully seeing until this vote happened.
So,
Um,
but yeah,
yeah, yeah, but definitely a lot of big names taken out. I mean, it was definitely a stacked cast.
it was. It
Yeah,
definitely was.
yeah, um,
I mean, just look at that first row down there.
yeah.
Just can't. It's Ken, Miguel O'Hara, and Taylor. Like obviously, like the three biggest names I would say pre-merge that went, and they were some of the biggest names coming into this season.
Yeah, yeah. And then even, losing Barbie very early on.
Yeah,
Coriolanus, who was the pre-merge and early merge like star.
yeah. He never gave up. I'm interested to see how the stats go
Uh,
here.
yeah, Rhea Ripley with 7 immunity wins.
Dang.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
11
actually
challenge.
Zana that had the most votes.
Oh wow. Coriolanus only had 14.
Huh.
That doesn't feel right. I think that's a miss. I think that's a mistake.
Oh, wait. Look, both Rhea and Sanji received zero
0.
votes.
Yeah.
And obviously Barbie got rocked out, so she never got any votes.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Rhea and Sanji just not being taken out there. It felt like Rhea, she had a close with Joel, and even though Sanji kind of ends up flipping and joining the High Evolutionary and Mai, he had a lot of that early bonding with Rhea, and it felt like
Yeah,
Rhea was just like, "No, you're gonna stick with me.
yeah.
You're not leaving."
Nah, I mean, Rhea playing one of the best games we've seen in
Yeah,
like such a dominating one. It was like I'm interested. She is definitely an all-star in my book.
yeah,
I'm excited to her to go up against some of the legends we have.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I want to see her go up against Yuichi.
oh yeah. Or any of the original or any two-time winner really.
Yeah,
Or you know, we know you guys might have an idea of what we might have in store, but there are some like things that we have planned for this our like 20th like season that like you might see some very familiar faces that we haven't seen in quite some time.
yep, yep.
Just saying.
It's yeah, definitely be on the lookout the next few weeks. Hit that notification bell too, because you're not going to want to miss the next 3 or 4 brand steals, because they're probably going to be some of our biggest ones in terms of star power.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah. But yeah, let's we can just go back here. But yeah, that was definitely a fun one. Enjoyed it. I thought it was just a lot of good stuff here.
I agree. I agree. I think we got a lot of great contenders for All Stars. I'm excited to see some of these people play again.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a fun one. It felt like a very different first half to the second half. It felt like
agree.
there's a very clear divide of how the game shifted at final 8 compared to um the first however many.
Oh yeah. Once we just saw Rhea's game unfold because she didn't go to tribal that often in the beginning, we didn't really get to see much of her edit. And
Yeah.
then, that's why, I was like, oh, all the focus on these, but you were like,
Mhm.
don't forget these.
Yeah.
Yep, you were right to call. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They
don't sleep on Rhea, Brian.
Yeah, they made it feel like, at least, and I said, I was like, okay, Joel, Sanji, and Rhea, it felt like they were playing the game, and those ended up being the 3 to make it. So they only needed to show a little bit of screen time for those 3. Brantsteele does have a weird way, I feel, of like telling an edit. Like there is an
Yeah,
edit into a Brantsteele.
I totally agree.
Hmm.
As
Okay.
someone, we've been doing almost 100 of these guys. Like,
Yeah.
we've been doing this, or at least for brand seals. Our first one was about 4 years ago, around this time.
Hmm.
And with the pandemic and stuff like that, we really buckled down into doing a whole bunch of these. So yeah, and now we're approaching in 2024. We will hit 5 years. We will hit 100 brand steals.
Yep. Yeah.
So the milestones are gonna hit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that you know, our the lore of our Brantsteele universe has
It runs
just
deep. It runs so deep.
yeah, yeah, there's so many iconic players that we've had on our channel. It's honestly been, you know, so great. And yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing some more of them coming up you know, in the future here.
All right. Well, comment below who was your favorite character from this sing. Also, what was one of your favorite moments or movies, or what was something you really liked about 2023 down below? I'm
Mhm.
always curious for those.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Let us know what we missed out. You know, there's only 20 spots and a whole year of stuff that could have come out that's, you know, could have been interesting for you. So yeah, let us know and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.